same time, so I can get more away.
I guess I don't keep on living how I did before. Every day just waking up feels like I'm at war. Every time I turn a page, I'm scared of what's in store. All the pages torn, change I can't afford. I can't take it, I won't make it back. The future lays ahead, but who can tell if it'll last? 'Cause when I look for it, I only see the broken past. Why am I so attached? I'm burning with a match. Fuck off, wanna take me for a ride, but I won't let it. So cold like an ice pick through the heart, but I won't sweat it. Lost cause, wait a lifetime for the dark, then it's all better. I guess Peter Pan is right, going on to wasted time. So I think I'll run away, thinking about it every day. I guess Peter Pan was right, going on to wasted time. So I think I'll run away, thinking about it every day. I guess Peter Pan was right, going on to wasted time. So I think I'll run away, thinking about it every day.
What's that? Hey there, why you always looking so upset? Let's stop, let's stand. Nothing's ever good enough, not at all. What's that? Hey there, why you always looking so upset? Let's stop, let's stand. Nothing's ever good enough, not at all. See you soon, turn up, have fun, I'm a front. I don't really think I vibe with any of you. Catch a ride, now I'm stuck, I'm a diamond in the rough. Always trying to bring me down, never stress. No love, no smile.
The Morning Fix live radio show will begin shortly. For your best news coverage and commentary, tune in daily at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on The Morning Fix. The Morning Fix live radio show will begin shortly.
Everything you've got is petrochemical products. What would you do with that? Tell the world.
If I had that power in the world, actually, I don't need that power, because what I would do is ask you, sir, from Louisiana.
I'm giving you the
to
power. You're
to
presenting.
search
It's
you,
impossible
sir,
with
from
your
Louisiana, to search your heart and understand why the EPA knows that toxic petrochemical facilities are some of the most toxic, polluting facilities in the world, and are killing black people throughout Louisiana.
In the 4 years that I've sat on this committee, I have never seen members of Congress, Republican or Democrat, disrespect a witness in the way that I have seen them disrespect you today.
He then knocks over one of the men that jumped him. And for some reason, decides to zero in on this one particular girl.
Anti-Racist Baby, which is written by Ibram X. Kendi and illustrated by Ashley Lukashevsky, will be read by actor and activist Kendrick Sampson.
What up, y'all? My name is Kendrick Sampson.
Streets in all of Los Angeles, and now
more clearly of what it means for Washington, D.C. to be a sanctuary city.
We have your back in New York City. We will protect you. We will not ask your documentation status.
San Francisco stands behind our sanctuary city policy.
Los Angeles and other big cities have always been a place that are welcome to refugees, to asylum seekers, and to immigrants.
This is a city that for 150 years has been a city of welcome for immigrants from people all over the world.
Between MacDougal and 6th Avenue, people who live in this section of Greenwich Village say between drugs, panhandling, loitering, and other crimes, things are out of hand.
Robberies, yeah, a lot of violence too.
The drug problem is pretty blatant.
The owner of Washington Square Diner, a family business, didn't want to go on camera but told Fox 5 News this is the worst it's been in 21 years.
All right, folks, we are here on the Morning Fix live radio show, Simply Sundays. You hear me right. It's not Glenn today. It is Macho. Excuse me, I'm about to sneeze. That just snuck up on me. It is 10:09 Eastern Standard Time here in New York City, September 18th. It is Sunday. And I think, what is it now? 70 degrees and sunny out there. I mean, it's fall weather outside. It's chilly. It's not like really, really nice and warm. You know, you might need a little windbreaker, something like that, to go outside. Anyways, I'm covering today's Simply Sunday show. I'm happy to be here to fill in for Glenn. Glenn has done an absolutely outstanding job. But he is working on something behind the scenes, so I'm here for you guys. So let's have a lot of fun today, which I intend to do, and we're gonna have some drop-ins today. So a couple of folks may drop in today and enhance the fun that we're gonna have with this show today. But before that, let's crack into business. Let's get right into it. There's something going on. Here, I have this slide here that is starting to happen, and it's another kind of security armed forces that is now permeating and entering the city structure because people have lost trust in the police department. Of course, this is what's going to happen, folks, when you have anti-police rhetoric being spewed all across your boob tube, as my sister would call it, the boob tube, what we're looking at now, the TV screen. Because why? I said, sis, why do you call it the boob tube? Because she's like, when you see a pair of boobs, your jaw drops. And I'm like, oh, God. Oh, God, my sister, of all people, my sister. Anyways, private armed security in Minneapolis, and not only Minneapolis, but also here in New York, is starting to take shape here. According to City Journal, in June 2020, the Minneapolis City Council famously vowed to defund the police department. Excuse me, guys. Though their plans fell through, the fully funded MPD is nonetheless struggling. More than 250 officers have resigned. Go figure. Or retired since then. Early this year, the Minneapolis Supreme Court ruled that the city has a duty to staff the MPD within minimum of 731 sworn officers. But the department is at least 100 officers short of that target. Meanwhile, crime has spiked with 96 homicides in 2021, doubling the number in 2019, tying a 1995 record. Check that out. Some Minneapolis residents still prefer to hire off duty cops. So, despite the fact that they don't want cops, they don't want the stereotypical police officer in a uniform, they rather have a security guard. Why? Well, here's some of the reasons why. They rather hire off duty cops whom the department makes available through what is called the buyback programs. The upscale Lowry neighborhood established a Minneapolis safety initiative for the off duty police to conduct patrols. Residents are trying to raise $210,000, suggesting a reoccurring contribution from their neighborhoods or neighbors, excuse me, of $220 a month for at least 6 months. The Minneapolis Safety Initiative attracted significant coverage, including criticism from some who argue that the wealthier neighborhoods are pushing scarce police hours. I mean, this is incredible stuff. I got a video to go along with this. This is not in Minneapolis, this is in New York. So this is not just privy to this area. Check out what's going on in New York here.
Neighbors along one block in Greenwich Village say enough is enough when it comes to drugs, loitering, and other crimes. Stephanie Bertini shows us how they've taken security into their own hands.
West 4th between MacDougal and 6th Avenue. People who live in this section of Greenwich Village say between drugs, panhandling, loitering, and other crimes, things are out of hand.
Robberies, yeah. A lot of violence, too.
The drug problem is pretty blatant.
The owner of Washington Square Diner, a family business, didn't want to go on camera but told Fox 5 News this is the worst it's been in 21 years when it comes.
Well, that says a lot. The worst it's been in 21 years, meaning that covers not only de Blasio, that covers Bloomberg, and that goes back to probably when Giuliani took office. So they're indicating that we have now gone back several administrations, several different times spheres, because there were different ideological standpoints. From Mayor Dinkins in New York City was a different ideological standpoint to now Mayor Giuliani, law and order. Dinkins was more diplomatic, more working with the community, more residential. Hey, let's not be so forceful. Here comes Giuliani. He's law and order, forceful, goes after the mob. He's mostly known for that, going after the mob as an attorney general of New York, and then does it as the mayor of New York, telling them to go legit or get out or go to jail. And then moves that on, unifies the police, because in the police department here in New York City, we're all fractions. They were all separate segments. He unifies them completely, making a one centralized budget. So it was actually a great idea to centralize that budget focus so that the city understands and knows where that money is going. They can track it. It's not going all different routes. And you don't have to have many different commissioners. And then Giuliani, you get a guy named Bloomberg who was a Republican, then faked out and got scared, became a Democrat, not true to himself, moves over and continues what Giuliani was doing, even not only as a Republican, but also as a Democrat. Then you got Crazy Bill. Crazy Bill de Blasio comes in and starts with his BS, starts with his nonsense and progressive policies that led to this. Because Bloomberg, we know, right? We're going to have those N-words stopped and frisked, right? We heard the soundbite. So Bloomberg was abusing stop and frisk, the rule that Giuliani was using in a healthy way. Here comes Bloomberg doing it. Now de Blasio comes and says, oh, the racist police. Oh, we need to reimagine, reform police. Then takes $1 billion, pockets it. Remember? Where's that billion? We don't know. So this is the worst they've seen since 21 years. That says a lot. Think about that.
Comes to crime. One of his regulars not only agrees, but specifies the pandemic made things worse.
A lot of muggings. People just don't know what to do with themselves.
The owner of the Washington Square Diner confirmed with Fox 5 News that he contributed $250 toward an $18,000 bill that got the area 2 private security officers for the month of August, who worked various hours. The initiative was spearheaded by an organization formed out of outrage toward the crime called the West 4th Max 6 Block Association. The man who started it all said in a statement, when our security guard...
By the way, that was a crazy shot. He threw that over the fence into the hoop. I don't know if you guys popped that, but that was crazy. That was sick. Anyways, here is that clip there. When our security guards were present, it did seem much safer, and there was a sense of calm when they were walking the street. But the moment they went off duty, the deluge of lawlessness returned instantly. So I want to give you guys a picture of where this downtown Greenwich area is. Guys, look up downtown Greenwich. Look at why crime should not be that high. You have a huge university down there. I'm not going to mention the name of the university, but you have a huge university down there, and they do not want crime in this area because it deters people who are coming from not only all over the world, but all over the country. And you don't want you're presenting this to be a safe environment, safe city, and all this, that, and a third, and then you turn around and here we are, right? So these are kind of the things that is starting to hit home for certain people, and this is why they're doing this in Minneapolis. But a lot of this stuff is self-inflicted, folks. This is self-inflicted damage here because, again, they started with the defund police rhetoric, and now they want to have armed security because why? Because they'll be a lot more lenient. They won't have to call 911. They won't have to do all this. Check this slide out. Let me get out of the way here real quick. Should guards call the police to stop crimes in progress? McDonald's personnel tend not to do so for shoplifting. Forrest says that some of his guards who work for hotels do intervene if guests are engaging in illegal activities. In theory, they should call the police, but they usually don't. If it is not life-threatening situation, the police do not show up, Forrest says. They let guards de-escalate on their own, which we've seen. This could be a catastrophe. We've seen a number of abusive situations with security guards. They look like they need a lot more training. But again, these are off-duty cops. They know what to do, but there is no unified structure in which they are supposed to operate, right? Nevertheless, demand for private security is growing. McDonald and Forrest expect to see significant expansions in the year ahead. High crime and police shortages are changing the public safety landscape in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And Minnesota is no outlier. This is not the only place, folks. This is happening all around the country in major cities, high dense areas that exist a high population of Black and Latino population. And you have these folks living in this area who are quote unquote protected class that the Democrats so preciously does policy for, but yet the anti-police rhetoric has not helped them, has not proven to work. They need police. Remember that clip with Cori Bush where she's like, "You want me to die?" Right? You guys remember that? You want me to die? Well, she had her security. She paid all this money for her security, and somehow it's like, oh no, we're still going to support defunding the police. I mean, are you kidding me? These people are out of their bird. I had an article here grading President Biden's economic record. And I find this funny how they want to grade his economic record here. According to the In These Times, grading President Biden's record, there was a clip. There's a portion here that I was reading. Basically, it talks about how Biden has done such a great job. Max B. Swinsky talks about how he's doing a great job. It's actually not as bad as the Carter administration. He goes on to say here that GDP is going to go down. I mean, inflation's going to go down. Right now, we're seeing gas prices going down. We see that jobs are widely available. That people are the jobs are chasing the people. But here's something that he says here. Unfortunately, this achievement for employment is now endangered by the Federal Reserve ongoing misdirected overreaction to spike inflation. Spike? Why is it an overreaction? When you put so much money into the market, when you are just giving people money to sit home and that circulates around, people are on average were sitting on $10,000. Of course, is going to spike inflation, which comes in the form of sharp increases in interest rates that are intended to impede job growth and wages. So now, instead of the public, liberal media blaming who needs to be blamed for this, which is Biden's Congress, Biden's White House, this is clear a misstep that the economists, mismanage, but they're going to blame this on the Fed as if the Fed is not in conjunction or reactive to what Congress is doing. While price increases have caused pain for working people, the primary cause for this rise in inflation are not related to the administration's domestic economic agenda nor the wage increases that the Fed is determined to suppress. The more likely suspects are supply chain issues linked to the pandemic and the war in the Ukraine. Of course, pandemic, war in Ukraine. Check this out, folks. They're going to continue to blame the reason why it's not reflectionary, the reason why it's not broadcasted and pasted, and why we're not having that economic freedom. Blame the pandemic, which is 2 years behind us, and blame the war in the, Ukraine, which is 7 months in. We're 7 months into a war, and we haven't figured out how to make adjustments. Are you freaking kidding me? This is the kind of stuff that really drives me crazy because liberal publications like In These Times are not being honest. Absolutely not being honest. This is Bidenflation, 100% through and through, folks. Biden is causing this inflation more often than the previous one. For example, I would attribute a fraction of the inflation increase to the previous administration only on the basis of the $1.2 trillion of the circulation money that Trump wanted to put out in the market, right? He wanted to send a stimulus package so that he can keep the market stimulated on the basis of the 15 days to slow the spread. That 15 days turned to 30 days, right? 30 days. And he capped it then and wanted to open the market. That was it. That's it. Why? Because as a businessman, he knows we can't keep cashing a check that or writing a check that we can't cash. But here comes Biden, the quote unquote, as Chris Cecilia of CNN stated in one of his videos, stating the adult in the room in politics comes in, Joe Biden, and he signs massive deals after massive deals through Congress, and they're just they're just strong arming their way, just cash. They're writing all these checks they can't cash. 100%. This is Bidenflation 101. Energy prices fell 5% for the month, led by a 10.6% slide in the gasoline index. This is what they're going to harp on right here, folks. Let me get out of the way here real quick. The food index increased a 0.8% in August in shelter costs, which make up about 1/3 of the weighting, or I would say, weighting in the CPI jumped 0.7% and are up to 6.2% from a year ago. Medical care services also showed a big gain, rising 0.8% on the month and up 5.6% from August 2021. New vehicle prices increased 0.8%. Though used vehicles fell 0.1%. Bidenflation is affecting us in so many ways, and some argue that after selling some of the reserves that Biden is caught doing, after selling some of these reserves, guess what's happening? After the midterms, the energy costs, gasoline is going to skyrocket. That's why they have to push so hard. They have to push so hard for this Inflation Reduction Act to work. And it won't. It won't work. We talked about this at nauseum throughout the week and through the course of this show. It's not going to work. This whole idea of prescriptions, oh, we're going to make sure that we're going to get ahead and make sure we negotiate. Well, you're going to negotiate the name brand prescriptions, not the generic ones. The generic ones are going to skyrocket. Name brand ones maybe may hit a ceiling, but may have to now compete with the generic. When the government gets involved, they mess this stuff up. I'm telling you right now, most of this stuff is going to be undue when the new president takes over because none of this is making any sense. Why doesn't this make sense? Because look what happens when you sell oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. This was according to the Wall Street Journal. The Strategic Oil Petroleum Reserve and the oil reserves of the U.S. allies are designed to dampen these effects. Although it's difficult to measure its impacts on global oil prices, the mere existence of the reserve signals to the market participants that substantial supplies of oil can continue to flow. It's almost like a marketable base. It's like, hey, we have this. We can market the market with what we already have in reserve. We can't do that when we don't have it. Now another country or another business is going to say, well, you need us. We don't need you, right? This certainly has a calming effect on the market, but curbing price spikes, the Strategic Petroleum Reserve provides a continuing substantial benefit to the country on the order of billions of dollars in output. That worldwide, that would otherwise, by loss, be lost. Depleting the Strategic Petroleum Reserve to avoid less pleasant alternatives to funding infrastructure work would be a crude mistake. And this was written just before Joe Biden started to sell some of the reserves. And President Trump just talked about this at a rally yesterday, saying that this reserves, if sold to its completion, which they won't do that, but if they do deplete it to the point of danger, it's going to put the country in a place of danger because some of that stuff is used for the military in case shit happens. Think about it. If case stuff happens, hey, we have our reserve. In case stuff happens with the other side of the country, we're going to cover a lot more today, folks. Please stay tuned in. We got a lot to cover. We'll be back in a moment. All right, folks, we're back here on the Morning Fix Live Radio Show. This is Simply Sundays. I'm your host, Macho, and if you're wondering where Glenn is out, I'm in, and it's okay. We're going to have some fun. I want to have some fun with this next clip here in this next segment here. ALC doing it again. Having to step in the way because some man is being too manly, as she eloquently tried to describe what masculinity is. Every time I watch that woman, I'm like, man, we need to make masculinity great again. We need to do it in a more appropriate fashion. Show people what real masculinity looks like. This hadn't. All right, you know what? Let's roll the film. Let's roll it.
Products. What would you do with that? Tell the world.
If I had that power in the world, actually, I don't need.
Let's roll that back. Let's roll that back so everybody knows what this man is asking for. Petroleum. I think it's petroleum ingredients or some kind of petroleum chemical. This board is trying to like remove or get rid of. And basically everything is made by this ingredient. Everything. Check this out.
Your phone, the table you're sitting at, the chair, the carpet under your feet. Everything you've got is petrochemical products. What would you do with that?
Petrochemical.
Tell the world.
If I had that power in the world, actually, I don't need that power, because what I would do is ask you, sir, from Louisiana.
I'm giving you the power. You're presenting.
To search you, sir, from Louisiana, to search your heart and understand why the EPA knows that toxic petrochemical facilities are some of the most toxic, polluting facilities in the world and are killing black people throughout Louisiana.
Killing black people. It only kills black people. There it is. Only kills black people. Keisha, how dare you wear that hat today? How dare you?
It's Sunday.
Oh, no. See, it's just seeing that hat just does something to me. Makes me want to now get in a sports hour. But we're not going to do that. We're saving that for tomorrow.
Oh,
At any rate,
we're saving
petroleum.
Black people right now.
We're selling what? We're saving what?
Black people right now.
We're saving petroleum. This petroleum. So this lawyer here, Miss Salter, is her response to this congressman or this representative here is the petrochemicals are killing black people in Louisiana.
Okay.
So we have to get rid of it.
Okay.
So he just illustrated that the glasses she wears, the microphone, all this. Why isn't she dying? She's black. She's using all of this stuff.
Well, in actuality, she's not full black.
She's not. She mixed. She mixed.
Like you.
All right. Let's see.
You to search your heart and ask your God what you are doing.
Oh, now we're bringing God into this.
I make no apologies about
Louisiana.
I wanted to address
Here it goes.
Salter directly.
Wait, first off, before we get to AOC, the mess that is AOC, how did you think the way that man talked to that woman? Let's recap that. This is the question he asked.
Your phone, the table you're sitting at, the chair, the carpet under your feet. Everything you've got is petrochemical products. What would you do with that? Tell the world.
He's saying, what would you do by getting if you owned the world and you had your way, what would be basically the alternative to petrochemical products? And then that's when that whole exchange happened. So how would you grade the way he spoke to this woman right here?
He's matching energy.
He's like what kind of energy? Like some BDE or what we talking
about? You're ignorant energy. You sound crazy right now, energy.
Yeah.
Why are you wasting our time, energy?
Yeah. But why does she have to bring God into it? First of all, what is...
If I had that power in the world, actually, I don't need that power, because what I would do is ask you.
What does it say? Energy, Justice, Law, and Policy Center. She's the founder? First off, Keisha, she's got a law degree.
Well, okay, I'm going to leave that there. Yeah, she has a law degree.
She has a law degree. This is a lawyer. Okay, practicing lawyer. She's the founder of Energy, Justice, Law, and Policy Center. And he gave her the floor. What would you do? What would be the alternative? And this is her response.
You, sir, from Louisiana.
I'm giving you the power. You're presenting.
To search you, sir, from Louisiana, to search your heart and understand why the EPA knows that toxic petrochemical facilities are some of the most toxic, polluting facilities in the world and are killing black people throughout Louisiana. So my first thing would be you to search your heart and ask your God what you are doing to the black and poor people in Louisiana.
I wanted to.
Wow.
Our God.
So we brought God in. We brought black people in. So this petrochemical is killing black people, and it's killing the poor black people. Not just black people, but poor black people.
Well, that might explain why my family's still alive then. We're not quite poor, but we're in Louisiana.
Do you use any petrochemical products? Maybe not. Maybe you don't use any petrochemical products.
Are you
But
serious?
apparently we use all of it. It's all around us.
Everywhere. It's everywhere. But continue. But continue.
So here's the mess of AOC. Here's the mess right here.
To address Ms. Salter directly, I just want you to know that in the 4 years that I've sat on this committee, I have never seen members of Congress, Republican or Democrat, disrespect a witness in the way that I have seen them disrespect you today. I do not care what party they are in. I've never seen anything like that. And for the gentleman of Louisiana and the comfort that he felt in yelling at you like that, there's more than one way to get a point across. And frankly, men who treat women like that in public, I fear how they treat them in private.
Can someone give her an Oscar already for this acting that she does? Oh, did I just say the morning fix? Oh, my t-shirt. You can't see.
Hey, look at the t-shirt. Oh, hold on. Let's put you on the big screen. Look at that t-shirt. Hi. Looks
That's
good
what
with that. It looks good with that American flag.
I do have some bad news. I just broke my mug this morning, so I have to
No.
yeah, the handle. I have to get rid of it. Big
God.
deal. AJ'sRantRoom.com. I'll be ordering a new one.
Yeah, I have to get my order finished over here and get my stuff.
I couldn't believe
wait a minute. I don't understand how did we get to how now the man is talking to the woman in a disrespectful way. We just agreed that he's matching energy because Dum Dum over there is saying, "Oh, I would get rid of all the petrochemical products." He's saying, "Okay, if this was your rule, what would be the alternative be? What would it be?"
Okay, I just want to point something out. He gave her the power.
He did.
Yet she chose to just be combative. She never gave him a resolution. She accused him of doing all these things, but never said, "Here's the problem, let's resolve it."
Unreal. And this is the problem of AOC to the mess. To come in here to the grown folks conversation and to be like, I have never seen a man or I don't care, Republican or Democrat. Oh, men hate women in America, with that GQ stuff. She was like, women are hated or most hated, especially women of color. Do you feel hated?
Extremely. I was called an ink pen this morning. By
Who called you an ink pen?
By a man. He called me an ink pen, and he was blatantly outright disrespectful. I won't mention his name because he's not worthy of that, but he does rant a lot. And I've heard that he has a room to rant in.
Yeah, it's that guy that does that ranting in a room somewhere.
Yeah, I can't think of his name because he's so non-important to me. It'll come to me at some point.
At some point, yeah. Oh, speaking of the devil, guess who drops in here? It's that guy who rants somewhere. What's his name again? What was his name again?
I don't know. I think he's black though. AJ.
AJ, the great, apparently by his name that he so wants to grace us with. AJ the Great in here.
Yes, that's him. That would be him. But yeah, so I think what's interesting about what you just said about the AOC is even her. She didn't resolve an issue. She created a new one.
100% did. 100%.
He's blatantly disrespectful. Oh, wait. And if he does it in public, what does he do in private?
I mean, he's probably loving his lady in private, that's for sure.
But you see how she did that? Did you see how she did that?
But why is she worrying about what he's doing in private, though? That's my question.
Why is she there? Can we have that conversation?
Why
is she allowed to speak? Why, if you have nothing to add to the conversation to resolve the problem, are you allowed to interject? Can we have that conversation?
Well, AOC is a child and she still needs to grow. I don't know if she's saying they're saying that she could be the president one day of America. Like, would if she grows up, would you ever vote for? No,
No,
okay.
no.
With
Okay,
that
I'm
kind of
gonna
history,
no, I'm gonna just say this, and if I'm gonna be 100% honest, I would never vote for a woman as president.
what?
No,
Never.
ever,
Why not?
because I'm a woman.
Is what if she's
No, 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 no.
post menstrual woman, a post
I'm
like a
that. I
Hillary,
am
like a
that
Hillary.
woman. I am that woman, and absolutely not. Psychoticness never leaves us. We're out of control continuously. Oh, and I'm sorry, but I'm a spiritual person, and biblically, it's written that
That
no one
women shouldn't lead.
they should not be the head of anything.
But this
We're
is the
crazy.
problem. This is the problem that the left said that we're facing is that this kind of mindset, this old warped mindset that is not moving and kicking and screaming into the future.
Okay, if you have a vagina, any real woman who was
Oh
born
God.
a woman.
This is supposed to be a Simply Sundays edition of Morning
Okay, I
Fix,
hear you. I hear
not
you.
the Machos Morning Fix.
Doesn't matter. Glenn's not here. I'm not cussing, so that is my contribution to Glenn. Is I'm not going to use any cuss words this morning. Um, we should not lead anything macho. Come on, we have a hard time choosing what we want to eat, and you think we can make decisions for the world?
It's a very complicated situation, very, very complicated. I would say that there is probably someone that would smoke us out of our feet and be like, "Damn, we gotta vote for this person."
No,
At least one, maybe somebody you would think is just rock solid. Like you're like, "Damn, she's rock solid," like Condoleezza or something
no,
like that.
no, not even Candace. No,
Not even Candace. She's wild. She's a wildfire. She sometimes goes off the rails with her hot takes. Sometimes though.
no. The only way I think I would ever do it, only way, is if the world outside of the United States changed. There are countries who don't even respect women. There are countries who will not meet with women. Oh, good morning, Glenn, Mr. Full Service. Um, and so therefore, there's just a way you have to conduct a country as powerful as the United States of America. And unfortunately, we as women are not it.
Yeah. Okay, so there is some women leaders though, Keisha.
They're not leading the United States of
Yeah,
America.
this is a big powerhouse country. You probably need somebody with some grit and stuff like that. I don't know.
I mean, we
I'm
have
not.
bitches in the. Sorry, sorry,
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
sorry, Glenn. I tried.
It's I'm getting a message here from the Mr. Rant guy here. Says it must be nice. What it must be nice? What's going on? He's like
Why
now
is he allowed to speak? He's kind of like the AOC. He has
he's
nothing
in
to
here
add.
in our chat. He's in our private chat.
Oh.
And he is now telling us it must be nice.
Oh,
He's throwing shade at us guys in our private chat here in our room here. This is what we get. This is the thanks we get from Mr. AJ over here.
while y'all making. Oh, he's in the green room. He said.
He's here. He's in. He's not in the green room. He's in. He's live. It's not our fault we can't hear you.
Or see you.
Well, he doesn't have his camera on. So apparently if you don't have your camera on, we won't see you, but we can hear you.
Oh, did you add him?
I added him. He's in here.
I don't see him.
He's here. He's just that the reason why it's not coming up as a bubble is because he doesn't have a video. Like he doesn't have. So if he turned his video on, he'll come right into the main screen. But he's live. We can hear him. AJ, are you there?
It must be the Seahawk in him.
I don't know. Yeah, it's must be that Geno energy that he's portraying right now. And we can't hear him right now. There's not even a blip, not even a volume meter that's going up on him right now.
All I want to say is I'm terribly upset that we will not be getting a crock pot recipe this morning. I thought maybe
Don't speak too soon. I got something.
Oh.
You don't think I understand how things go on the Sunday show.
Oh,
We
okay.
don't curse.
Yes.
And we bring in some kind of religiosity on the Sunday show. So I understand that.
He said fine. He's still yelling. Why is he in all caps?
He's yelling at us. He's yelling at us now. The disrespect that we're getting now. First off, we get the ink pen, and now it must be nice. He's throwing shade at us now.
Well,
And
guess
folks, we're reading our private message. There's a private. You guys are not privy to seeing our private message. This is the internal circle private message, and he's throwing shade at us, and he's accusing me of not giving him the spotlight.
I'm gonna just say this. This ink pen has internet, and guess what? I can be seen in it.
He's saying now I'm sabotaging his audio now. I mean, I got to roll out the red carpet for this guy. And look at this. He throws shade in the private chat here. He calls you an ink pen. Whatever that means.
I don't know. It's a hater.
Yeah. Try to refresh your entrance here. Maybe come back in, whatever. Maybe get your audio going because I got you in here. Let me block him out and bring him back in.
And I did finally receive my hoodie, which I could not wear this morning because it has vulgarities printed on it.
Oh, you have the F Your Feelings hoodie?
It arrived yesterday,
Oh,
finally.
nice.
I'm just waiting on the sweats and the beanie, and then I'm about to rock it out. But it is a morning fix kind of morning. Whoop,
Hey. Look at that. Look at that. All right, so here we go. We got this clip here. I think you're gonna thoroughly enjoy this, Keisha. This is the reading of How to Be an Anti-Racist Baby by Ibram X. Kendi on Netflix.
Sampson.
What up, y'all? My name is Kendrick Sampson, and
Why did it have to be like that? What up, y'all? Why did it have to be like that?
Because he's trying to relate to the people. Continue.
But you're relating to babies though. You're about to read anti-racist babies.
Oh, I hear something.
I hear something now.
Mic check 1 2.
Here it
1
is.
2.
There he goes. Now he's here. Are you happy now?
Can't you give me the title too?
Now, are you happy now that you have a voice in this room now? Are you happy now?
Now that we've gotten past the fraud and sabotage of AJ Sunday morning.
Well, I know. So for everybody who doesn't know and can't see, that's AJ. That's AJ, the guy that likes to rant in a room somewhere.
Why can't my why is my avatar not showing up?
Because the way it works here, AJ, is that if you don't have your video on, you disappear.
What kind of
look at me. Look.
You asked me to put an avatar on the thing and then y'all don't show it to the people.
Look at this. Look at this. See, I'm not on the screen right now. Look at me. So it doesn't work like TikTok where your avatar, where your picture just shows.
That's how. So then you just proved that you're sabotaging me this great Sunday morning. That's cool.
I can't sabotage you. My video is on. Once my video's on, look, I'm up on the screen with Keisha now. Look at me.
What's the point of asking me to put an avatar up if you're not going to show
Okay,
me at all?
can we move past the whiner and get back to
Black Lives Matter?
Actually, I'm not at all upset at the whiner.
Yes.
I actually like this kind of AJ this morning.
Let's do the anti-racist.
We could work through this today.
With this brother on the screen, we could learn something here.
Blah, blah, blah.
We could actually get through some emotional things today. That'll be great, Keisha. What do you think?
Actually, what would have been great if Glenn would have just showed up in his organization. the Sunday morning.
Now I get double shade, folks. Now I get double shade. Now I get double shade.
We're not doing a very good job. We are not doing
And now Keisha is giving me shade, saying Glenn should be here, not me. This is no respect for my show here. This is crazy. This is the thanks I get here.
Okay, but on Sunday,
your show. Well, fine. I thought this was Glenn.
This is Glenn's show on Sundays. Be clear.
I'm going to be reading Anti-Racist Baby.
Oh, God.
I'm not even ready.
Anti-Racist Baby is bred, not born. Anti-racist baby is raised to make society transform.
Hold on. Did you not hear the poetic justice? Did you see how beautiful? Like it was just. Oh my gosh! I think he just changed. He changed a lot for me, and now I want you to see the rest of this. That was amazing. What did he say? Race is born, not bread.
He
Or
said
bread,
it's bread, not born. It's bread, not born. Let's recap that. Let's regroup that.
Not born.
Yep, bread, not born. Go ahead, do it again for us, producer. Play that again.
Anti-racist baby is bred, not born.
Hey.
Anti-racist baby is raised to make society transform.
It's a rhyme?
Oh, Jesus.
Babies are taught to be racist or anti-racist.
Babies are taught to be racist. I think we could all agree to that, though, right?
Yes, I can agree to that.
Yeah. I mean, the broken clock is right twice a day, Mr. Kendi. So we get you on that.
There's no neutrality. Take these 9 steps to
9
make
steps.
equity
9.
a reality. Number 1.
Okay, I'm not mad at the illustration here, though. I'm not mad at this.
Get my pen. Number 1.
Oh my
Hey,
God!
listen, the creativity here. The creativity is nice. I'm not mad at this. What do you guys think?
Moving on.
Why he had to give him visuals?
To all skin colors. Anti-racist baby learns all the colors. Not because race is true. You claim to be colorblind. You deny what's right in front of you. Number 2, use your words to talk about race. No one will see racism if we only stay silent. If we don't.
Wait. What? Wait, I don't understand this. Can anyone explain this to me? Use your words. What do you mean?
Okay, I'm gonna explain this to you. Like, 85% of men are colorblind.
85% of men are colorblind to what? What a woman
Except
looks like?
men in the NFL who only date light skin or very fair skinned black.
Well, that's because they're colorblind. They don't recognize that they're not dark. They don't see anything.
But is color the primary focus of a man, anyways, to choosing a woman?
It's Sunday.
Yep.
And so we're gonna skip over that.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna skip over that.
For AJ, it is.
It won't
Not
stop
for
being
me,
so
but
violent. Number 3, point at policies as the problem.
Wait, whoa. How the hell can we tell a baby to point at policies?
See, you know
Can
what?
we get Blue's Clues? I like Blue's Clues. What's wrong with Blue's Clues?
well, you're not
Okay, I
gonna
don't.
that credit score.
Yeah, okay.
But go
I'm
ahead.
listening to this. I
Hold
forgot
on,
that
hold
we are
Can
live.
we pull out our handy dandy notebook and do that? That was easy back in the day. What is this? Point at policy?
We just got a letter.
How the hell are we gonna point at policies? I barely know my ABCs, brother. What are you talking about?
Keep going.
All right. Okay.
Some people get more while others get less because policies don't always grant equal access. Number 4, shout. There's nothing wrong with the people. Even though all races are not treated the same, we are all human. Anti-racist baby can proclaim. Number 5, celebrate all.
I mean, I agree with that. We're not all treated the same. Absolutely not. We're not. But I don't know. I don't come. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I don't come to the same conclusion on that. Even the dogs agree.
Our differences. You gotta celebrate. You gotta do a little celebration. Anti-racist baby doesn't see certain groups as better or worse. Anti-racist baby love a world that's truly diverse.
All right, I can't do this. This is getting hard to digest because again, I'm looking at this through the lens of a baby. This is like written to me like a grown person, almost like maybe a teenager.
Can we at least get through the 7 things?
All right, let's do it.
Number 6.
It was 9.
Knock
9,
down
yeah.
a stack of cultural blocks. Better knock them down. Anti-racist baby appreciates
I do have to stop it periodically because of copyright issues. So just a heads up.
how groups speak, dance, create as they choose. Anti-racist baby welcomes all groups, voicing their unique views. Number 7, confess when being racist. Nothing disrupts racism more than when we confess the racist ideas that
Wait. Babies have to confess to being racist now?
Can they? Baby's just trying to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, but they want to just play around and put like toes in their mouth.
Okay.
Like how like
Okay,
this is so
okay.
this is extremely advanced. Like how do we expect this from babies?
Okay, I have one question. Is this for the parent to teach the baby, or are we supposed to be reading this to the baby?
We're supposed to be reading this. I guess maybe no. This is Anti-Racist Baby, the children's book. So this is supposed to be read to the baby, and I guess explained by the person who's reading it.
Wow. Okay.
I'm confused just as much as you are.
we sometimes express. Number 8, grow to be an anti-racist. Anti-racist baby is always learning, changing, and growing. Anti-racist baby stays curious about people and isn't all-knowing. Number 9, believe we shall overcome racism.
Okay. All right. I thought America was guilty of propaganda. I thought America was guilty of that, right?
I'm
So
happy a black man booked a job. You know, he got paid. You know, you got to look at the bright side in the fuckery. Oh, sorry, Sunday. I'm sorry.
Sunday. Glenn is gonna kill me. Glenn is gonna kill me for this. This
in
one.
the puckery of it all.
I know I'm already gonna get a letter from HR.
Yes.
They're gonna be telling me, "Hey, this is what goes down on Sundays, not Monday through Friday nonsense that you got going on. That doesn't happen on Sundays." I already know. I'm gonna get a write up.
Okay, he's taking notes, but I'm just
sorry.
gonna say that I'm gonna say this: if management of this show did not want any of this madness, they should have thought about who they asked to be on the show this morning. They might have wanted to.
More shade to the management department here.
Yeah,
Jesus.
they might have wanted to say, you know what, we're gonna do a replay. That's probably what we should do. We should have probably just ran a replay.
And you know, when I'm on, you got to have, be able to catch things.
I don't understand why I continue to get the shade here. This is just unbelievable. We'll be back in a moment, continuing here with Keisha and AJ and Macho on Simply Sunday on the Morning Fix. Right back after this. And now, on the Morning Fix, Sound of the Day, featuring Sid Rosenberg on Morning Radio, WABC, New York.
3, right?
2. I got 3.
Let's review, for the fans out there, some of the words that Eric Adams, for some reason, has difficulty saying. Soft, for example. How does that go, Eric? Soft.
We did a soft opening.
Right. Close. Just missing one letter. Then what was the second word here, Lewis?
This one goes back a ways. This one is I still have the pivot and shift.
Oh, pivot and shift. Right, a T at the end of shift. Sure. How does this go?
We're going to have to continue to pivot and shift.
Shifter, right? Close.
Isn't that what Jewish people
right,
do?
when somebody dies, right? We pivot and sit shiver. And then, yeah, this guy said. And then number 3 was, this is a very difficult word, pathway. Pathway, folks.
Pathway.
What's that?
Pathway.
Right. So now we're going to add one more word to the linguist mayor that we've got out here today, this genius that is Eric Adams. He's yelling and screaming about all the immigration issues, and he's knocking the Texas governor, Greg Abbott. He's knocking the Florida governor, Ron DeSantis, and sending buses to Martha's Vineyard. And again, folks, let me remind you, they get thousands and thousands of these migrants a day in Texas, and we get like 50. And Eric Adams yells and screams, as John Horn once said about what's his name, Evander Holyfield, when Mike Tyson bit his ear. His quote was, "He jumped around like a little bitch." Remember that? It was brilliant.
Yeah, I do remember.
Yeah, that's Eric Adams when it comes to this migrant stuff. So we've got, he's a John Horn.
Like a little Biff.
So now we've got word number 4 to add to our Eric Adams dictionary, along with soft, pathway, and shift. Here, Eric Adams is talking about basically how he's going to handle the immigration crisis. Lewis, Eric Adams, cut number 24.
This is a crisis. And during crises, there are two types of New Yorkers. There are those who play I got you and stay on the outside and complain. And then there are those who roll up their sleeves and just get stuff done. That's who we are. And anyone who states that this administration does not have a handle on this crisis,
right there. Hold on right there.
They must
Hold on. No, stop it right there. Anyone who claims that this administration does not have a hand-do on this situation, once again, I'm at a loss. Justin Ellick, Macedonia Bill, Lou Rapino. What exactly does the word hand-do mean?
I think, without context, what I would think it means, hand-do, right?
Yeah, hand-do.
You go to, you go to the bath. This is going to be a little.
I know we got a couple in the massage parlor. I know
this is going to be a little gross.
Don't even go.
You don't want me to go there.
I know exactly where you're going.
You get a little poo-poo on your
Play
hand.
it one more time. I think this moron was trying to say handle, of course. Play this one more time, the mayor, Eric Adams. He's got it all
crises.
Crises.
And during crises, there are two types of New Yorkers. There are those who play I got you and stay on the outside and complain.
Hate those people.
And then there are those who roll up their sleeves.
Oh, that's you.
And just get stuff done.
Yeah.
That's who we are.
Really?
And anyone who states that this administration does not have a handle on this crisis.
So make sure you write that down. We've got soft. No, thank you, Eric. Thank you. We've got soft, shift, pathway, and hand-do.
Hand-do.
Yeah, that's your mayor, Eric Adams. Oh, yeah. Even he can't help but laugh, Eric. He can't.
I like pathway.
Is that your favorite one?
It sounds like Mike Tyson talking about someone dying.
I know.
I hit him so hard he passed away.
Look at is
Oh my God, that's Sid Rosenberg on 77 WABC Radio. And I was listening to this the other day. I was on my way home from work, and I just couldn't believe what I was listening to. How this guy just railed in on Eric Adams' linguistics, like how he speaks. And just again,
hand-do.
Hand-do. If you don't believe that this administration doesn't have a hand-do, pivot and shift shiver. Pivot and shift shiver. Pivot and shift shiver. That's the way he said it. Pivot and shift shiver. I couldn't get over it. I couldn't get over that one. That one killed me. That one killed me right there. All right, so we'll get to a serious segment right here, and this just happened the other night in a New York City McDonald's. Someone pulled out an axe. Dirty New York right here. Check this out.
At 2 a.m. in a McDonald's in New York City, these three gentlemen just finished attempting to pummel this man with a black tank top. At this point, he decides to calmly retrieve a hatchet and begins to destroy the McDonald's.
So he's just walking
while
around with a
terrifying the
hatchet.
restaurant.
Jesus. And we're just gonna record. Look, this is right here is the new generation right here. Look at this. Look at
That
this.
part, Smart Show, that part.
Look at this. So we're just gonna record.
I'm in front of the axe.
I'm out. I'm calling 911. I'm out. What are we doing here? Like,
the fight. I know
Man's
not
got
gonna
an
swing
act.
me. I'm just recording.
What that glass do to you, man?
Nah, I tell you the
Here we
two
go.
dummies still standing there.
Here it is.
He then knocks over one of the men that jumped him. And for some reason, decides to zero in on this one particular girl.
Jesus.
Then shakes her hand.
And then
gets-
shakes her hand. This man he's walking around. First off, what is going on in New York, by the and they put the caption, just another day in New York. Just another day.
Oh, I see. That's a TikTok video. Click.
Yeah, it's a TikTok. Yeah. We're gonna be getting into some TikTok videos since y'all both are here, and we're all three TikTok famous. More you guys than me. People don't like me on TikTok, apparently. But we'll get into that.
They love you.
Is lucky enough that his woman steps in to protect him.
Why is the bitch?
And this is all while witnesses laugh and capture the moment on their cell phones. So first and foremost, this video is for educational purposes because
All right. We don't care about you. Anyways, this is what just happened the other night. What are you guys thoughts on that?
Okay. First of all.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
I'm sick of people pretending to want to do something and harm people, and they're not really going to. And only in New York could this happen because they don't allow you guys to carry things there.
But did you well, apparently not, but apparently that person was able to carry something.
And I'm sick and tired of these weak ass men. Go ahead.
All right, I want to show you guys on the screen here. I want to bring this back. Did you guys peep the girl?
Okay. You know what else is crazy to me is that at that point, no one even stepped in to help the lady. See, these.
But look at this. The girl is standing in between the hatchet and her man or whatever. I'm assuming that's her.
Probably is a mother. She probably has a child, so that just came instinctively to her.
I wish I can zoom in on this. I gotta zoom in on this so everybody can see this. Look at this. What is this? What the heck?
That is today. That is the men of today. See how the roles are reversed?
See, I'm not gonna pretend to you guys. The guy's got a hatchet, so I'm not gonna act out. I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm grabbing her and grabbing the next person that I call my friend. We out the door as soon as I see the hatchet. I wouldn't be around this long.
Oh,
Well, first of all, as a New Yorker, we know that once he took that backpack, still standing here. Like we knew either he was going to pull a gun or some other object out of that backpack.
Right.
Like that, as soon as he did that, I was like, "Why are we still standing here? Like this is not New York. Because in New York, I know we like, oh, let's go.
Yeah.
We gotta get the fuck out of here.
We running. The minute something comes out of a bag, it's like we don't even know what it is to verify. We already ran. You're seeing the back of us.
Fact.
Having a freaking man now. What is this? A woman? Okay. Before AOC comes after me, I'm gonna let that one go there. That right there is incredible, and why they need private security, armed security, mind you, in New York City. By the way, just so you know, armed security, not just any kind of security, armed security. I got another video here, but we'll get to that in a moment. Oh, let me bring Prima Don back in here. He faded out. He's back in. So we were talking about. I got some slides here. You like this, Keisha? You like that I have slides like this?
Sure.
It's supposed to add a visual element to the show, so it's not just seeing me the whole entire time.
What's wrong with looking at you?
Well, I mean, maybe you might enjoy it, but not the rest of. Maybe some people just not enjoy. Why I gotta see this guy's face?
Okay. So the roller coaster ahead for the economy and investors.
Well, yeah, this is according to the Financial Times, talking about how much confidence that they're putting in our Biden inflation here, saying that it's actually going down. It's going to go down a bad path here right after the midterms. Their forecast. It's not going to go well for us. So you might as well save as much money as you can. What about this here?
Money that doesn't even matter, like according to everyone else. What are we saving? Because there's no value to the dollar. So what are we saving?
Apparently, yeah, because our dollar is depreciating. That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. The Nation. I know a lot of people know I always talk smack about the Nation. I can't stand it, but I pay to read them, so I want to know what these Democrats are talking about here. Are you in your mind? What do you think about me reading about the Nation? The Nation is probably the most far left publication that we have in America.
And you spend your money for that?
I did. Yeah, I did. Proudly. I'm supporting them. I'm sure AJ's gonna have a mouthful to say about that.
Dumb.
Hey, but how are we gonna argue the other side if we don't know it, Keisha?
You gonna put me out, Joe?
Oh, you sound a lot better too. Wow.
You gonna put me out? You gonna put me out, Joe?
Now he changed his title. Did you peep? He changed his title. AJ the Oppressed. AJ.
I have no vision of AJ anywhere, so I don't see
And
anything.
now you think you can just take the money?
He has in his all right. So every one of us, by the way, guys, behind the scenes.
Wait. Stop.
Okay.
Why in the small spaces in which people reside are we allowing this man to come in here with no video and speak over us?
Usually, what is his thing that he has on TikTok? No face, no case.
That part.
That's my space. Yeah. No one says there's no rules in this space about.
I don't know. Let's ask Mr. Full Service. Glenn, what do you think? No face, no case, or what?
Oh my God. And then he has the audacity to say it's my space. Again, Mr. Rant Room, if it wasn't for us, you wouldn't even have that space. We helped make that space. What are you talking about?
Allegedly.
Let's be clear.
Everybody always wants credit for your success.
That's right. We are part of your success.
Well, this far left publication right here, guys, MAGA Republicans is a distinction without a difference.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Okay, that title right there, that part. 10 MAGA Republicans and 10 normal, quote unquote, normal Republicans. Happy to play along are in practice. 20 MAGA Republicans are in practice. So forget about whether they're good or real, whatever. The entire Republican Party is the MAGA Party.
Oh, okay.
With all due respect to Biden's attempt to soften the rhetorical blow, or rhetorical, is that rhetorical? That's rhetorical. I don't know. I grew up in a Democrat District 9 school, so I don't know how to read sometimes.
Glenn know what rhetorical means.
Has spoken, just for the record.
Who? What? What are you talking
I'm not a fan of no face, no case verifying your age and move on.
Oh, verify your age and move on. Oh, Mr. Rant.
Yeah.
How old are you?
Grown as fuck. Oh,
grown
as fuck.
See, I am going to get another letter. How many expletives have we now
No
said
lies,
today?
Macho. You cursed, got in here.
I did. But we're all getting fined. Every one of us, me, Keisha, and AJ, we're getting fined. I don't know how much the fine is.
I can afford it. Moving on.
Okay. All right. Got it.
So,
with all due respect, Biden's attempts to soften the rhetorical blow that those judges are where they are, preparing to do what they intend to do, is the fault of the entire Republican Party. So we're going to blame the judges because of the conservatives now, because, you got this part right here. So they're questioning the elections here by this segment here. Basically, what this is saying is the MAGA Republicans, the MAGA ideology that led to Trump, led to putting a lot of judges in office, which gave them this opportunity. Let's zoom in on this. Can we zoom in? Yeah, here we go. So the Democrat Party holds out hope of appealing to a kind of moderate voter who might be repelled.
There you go.
If the GOP is criticized too vigorously, if the proverbial spade is called to spade by someone as prominent as the president. This strategy may have made sense 10, 20 years ago when the right was still concerned about going through the motions of respectability politics, but it makes no sense now. The next Supreme Court session will include a ruling on Moore v. Harper, giving the conservative dominant highest court the opportunity to enshrine the debunked so-called independent state legislators' doctrine into law. That will happen sometime in the summer of 2023, which is what the issue is going to be. What? Have full reign to manipulate outcomes in presidential elections. I thought the MAGAs were the ones that were questioning election integrity.
Mm-hmm.
They have foresight questioning on election integrity here.
You know why? Because they already know
Why?
they're heading for a loss.
And they
So here,
can't
let me
take
just
it.
give you a real quick rundown, real fast.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I did some door knocking yesterday for
Okay.
some candidates who are running here in the state of hellhole, Washington.
Got it.
And the craziest part is people it's very hard Democrats. So they tell you, oh, I vote Democrat. And then you say, well, what's your major problem? And they say crime, homelessness. And when you break down the legislation and you say, this is happening because you've elected Democrats, it's like they're shocked. Like they don't get it.
They still fight you on it though.
Yeah. They don't recognize that if you keep voting in the same thing, you're going to have the same thing. The result is the same.
But then you have the people that will say, "Hey, it's two wings on the same plane." Keisha, what do you got? What do you think of that? How do you respond to that?
In some cases, that may be true, but in the reality, conservativeship does look different.
Oh yeah.
And in order to win, you do have to have some of those qualities, right? But when you live amongst morons, then this is what you get.
Hey, I'm inclined to agree. So as that article continues in the Nation, though it may pain someone like Joe Biden to say it will.
Nobody asked for my opinion. AJ to answer that,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead, AJ.
That's
Go ahead, AJ.
Whatever. I'm just the monkey. That's it.
See, there goes another fine. There goes another fine there, by the way.
Well, here's the problem, AJ. We can't see you.
That's what happens. I totally forget because I'm looking at Keisha and I feel like I'm talking to a person. And when you're there in the background. You're like the actual producer in the background.
He's like our conscience. He's like our conscience speaking. Like when you hear in your head.
Find some light and turn on my camera on.
No, it's like when you have a conscience and you're
reading your article.
And you have a thought. AJ is that. Like it shows up in your ear.
Continue reading your article. He's bitter about it. He's bitter about it.
Who cares? No one cares. Moving on.
Oh man. So by appealing to a largely ostracized group of good Republicans, the only way to fix opposing party in American politics is to give them such an electoral drubbing.
I don't know where you are.
Right there on the bottom part. Drubbing that they will have no choice but to behave differently.
Why
so basically,
they have out loud. Why?
Well, here's the thing. The reason why I read it out loud is so that they have a visual and then we can talk. We have a conversation. That's how it works. Keisha,
that's crazy. Who writes this? This is insane.
This is the Nation. This is the Nation. This is what they write. This is Elie Mystal's publication. This is where he writes all his madness. We're gonna cover something else that he covered not so long ago too, as well. We just lost AJ, and I want AJ in for this portion right here. I want him in for this one about Ukraine. Check this out. Let's move us over to the side here so people can see this. 90% of the world isn't following us on Ukraine. Gee, I wonder why.
I'm sorry, 90%, huh?
90%, according to this right here. This is Newsweek.
Okay.
90% isn't following us on let's see why. Let's see why. Here's the snippets that I took as to why they're not following us. Today's inflationary pressure and recession fears stalk much of the world, while the wealthy West can afford the cost of sanctions. Remember, we're sanctioning Russia, oil, whatever the case may be. Much of the rest cannot. Europe now competes with the likes of Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and Thailand for energy shipments. in North Africa and Middle East, energy and food shortages have raised the prospect of political unrest similar to Arab Spring. So the rest of the world is like, bro, this don't make no sense for us to be on the side of the West. We got to figure out how to work with Russia right now, because so basically Russia's winning the war, and the I guess the rhetoric, the words here on the other side of the pond here, because they're seeing it from a different light. Apparently we have the money, which we don't. I don't know why the world thinks we have the money, because we're struggling here. But apparently to the world, oh, you guys could afford the sanctions. We can't. We're struggling over here.
Can we just keep this 100?
Yeah, go for it.
The reason why we keep giving money to Ukraine is because they, the people, the fraudulent president who's trespassing is benefiting from it.
100%.
That's the only reason we're doing it. So it doesn't matter that we're sanctioning, because we're getting the money back on the back end. It's a whole,
it's a laundering. Yeah, 100%. This is why I wanted. Where did AJ go?
He went to find light for his black.
Oh, he went to, yeah, that's right. So we can see him. I got it now.
We are talking about AJ.
These concerns are generating considerable anti-Western sentiment across much of the global South. While a nuclear-armed Russia shows no willingness to end a war its leaders cannot afford to lose, the West is rapidly losing the rest and thus undermining the very rules-based international order it has sought to create. You know what this tells me, Keisha? That Joe Biden doesn't have a real handle and doesn't have a real temperature on foreign policy. The guy who used to be the foreign policy czar.
Wow, are you kidding? I'm shocked.
Yeah. So another reason why I don't understand how they say, oh, the adult in the room in politics is going to run and he's going to take care of us. He's going to now reestablish and restore the soul of this nation. Brother, you need to worry about what's going on with our foreign policy. Where's Kamala?
Who?
Kamala, you know that the first black vice president?
I don't know who that is. She's not
Where
black.
is she's black on her birth certificate, apparently.
The
She's black, and what else she mixed with? Indian?
She's Jamaican.
Jamaican.
She's
okay.
Caribbean. She's not black. Black is of African descent.
But she's apparently, they're saying that she's the first black vice president.
She's not. Her skin is brown. She's Jamaican. She's Caribbean.
Her father's Jamaican.
Exactly.
What was her mom, though? What was her mom's background?
I don't know, and I don't care. She doesn't even have nappy hair. How can she be black?
But we're supposed to know this because we're supposed to celebrate this.
I don't care. She's not black. First of all, why would I celebrate somebody being black? That sounds stupid.
Well, you don't celebrate your blackness?
No, I have 2 black kids that look white. What are you talking about?
Mm.
I'm not a black woman. Oh Lord. What?
In the wall.
All right, so I gotta add this. I gotta say this now. This guy has changed his name. I don't have the name icons on our video on purpose, but I wish I would for this show, because every time AJ leaves and comes back, it's a different name, and y'all can't see it because it's behind the scenes. Now it's AJ Eggplant King.
I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Glenn.
Yeah.
Glenn.
Please don't blame us, Glenn. Don't blame us.
Glenn. Where is Glenn? Glenn, if you ever miss another Sunday.
How do people know who we are?
Oh my God.
I'm just saying, Glenn, please don't blame us for it.
It's like, it's like the marquee, like the such artists, and we're just background dancers, nameless background dancers.
Nameless. I ain't named. Well, because I don't have the name icon. Come on. The disrespect in here. The disrespect.
And this is why we love AJ. God, I can't.
All right. So now, what do you guys think about DeSantis now as a kidnapper? Apparently, he's human trafficking now.
Isn't it funny when it's cool when they do it? Isn't that funny?
It's cool when
Ain't
I
that
do it.
funny?
Yeah.
That's funny.
You know,
That's
when
real
Byron was
funny that
dropping
all of a
people
sudden,
off.
now all of a sudden it's wrong to do it. It's wrong now to do it. Check out this clip here before we get to this whole Ron Don over here.
For Washington, D.C. to be a sanctuary city.
We have your back in New York City. We will protect you. We will not ask your documentation status.
San Francisco stands behind our sanctuary city policy.
Los Angeles and other big cities have always been a place that are welcome to refugees, to asylum seekers, and to immigrants.
This is a city that for 150 years has
Beetlejuice,
been a city
Beetlejuice.
of welcome for immigrants from people all over the world.
All right. So sanctuary cities, but all of a sudden they get some migrants transported to their sanctuary cities.
Oh, look
and
at
they
his
all of a sudden,
picture. No human being is illegal. That's cute.
that is pretty cute. I actually think that's pretty clever. It's clever.
Okay, go ahead.
It's nice.
Well, you know,
it's-
I can't just roll my ass up in here. It's still a process I got to go through. So yes, I would be illegal in another country. Dummy.
Well, no, what they're saying is what what they're saying is what DeSantis and Governor Greg Abbott is doing is illegal. What they're doing is illegal. Not what the person is doing is illegal. All right, so yeah. So here's Lawrence Jones takes.
Passionate. So as you can see, liberals spent years bragging about their cities being open for illegals. And now they're begging the federal government for aid and reinforcement. That's the same kind of help that the border towns, hell, the entire state of Texas have been asking for years. But when Republicans asked for help at the border, they were labeled as racist, xenophobic. They didn't send the cavalry for the Republicans.
No, they didn't.
Now, this is just the latest example of Democrats ignoring the issue until it finally lands in their own backyard. Heck, just last week, Kamala Harris insisted that the border was secure. But what's the Biden administration?
She's black. She's black.
Yeah, real black. Yeah.
But we're supposed to celebrate her as the first black vice president, Keisha.
I just want to say that he forgot to mention that Republicans whip the people at the border.
Oh, that's right. With those things, yeah, they were whipping them. They were whipping them.
Horse thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whipping that back.
Have to say now that they can't ignore this crisis. Watch.
We're committed to fixing the immigration system. Instead of working with us on solutions, Republicans are playing politics with human beings, using them as.
But how are we playing politics when the first thing you do in office, JoJo, is write an executive order stopping the building of the border wall? I don't understand. Now we're playing politics?
Okay.
But I thought they're sanctuary cities. Aren't they supposed to just welcome them in? Hey, guys, come on in. Republicans, send them over. We'll be all right. We got this.
Didn't that fake black vice president also say you are welcome? Oh, no, I think she said don't come here.
No, she said don't come here. Yeah.
Props. What they're doing is simply wrong. It's un-American. It's reckless.
It's reckless.
So the Democrats are playing politics with human lives. I mean, this is really cruel what they're doing. Ignoring the daily crisis at the southern border and pretending that innocent Americans haven't.
Oh, God, we don't care about these ads. We don't care about ads. But anyways, Lawrence Jones does a great job at that coverage in cross country in his show. And I got another clip here. The lieutenant governor of Florida had a thing or two to say. She had her own clapback this morning. Just this morning, she had her own clapback. I gotta play this clip here.
$12 million, and he made it very clear that
No,
he
let's
was
bring
going
that
to.
back.
Obviously, the other day just said that very thing, that he will be sending additional individuals to other locations. We received $12 million, and he made it very clear that he was going to spend every penny of those $12 million to protect Floridians, because what we're seeing is that fentanyl overdoses are the #1 killer of individuals ages 18 to 45. Human trafficking is a major concern for our state. We have had state strike force teams with law enforcement here in our state, and they have interdicted, and they have been able to arrest individuals. 38 charges of human smuggling, 58 charges of drug trafficking. This
That's
is something
what
that should
human
concern
trafficking
every single
is.
Floridian, every single American, and the governor is going to use every tool at his disposal to address this crisis because the federal government and Joe Biden refused to do so.
Yeah, I think that's a great response there from the lieutenant governor of Florida. I think she knocked it out of the water there.
You know what's interesting about this, honestly, is that you can't go anywhere in any other country without documentation.
Yeah.
You can't even board a plane to fly to the next state without ID. Yet, if you just swim here from God knows where, it's fine. Now I guess what I need to do is just get on a crate and go to wherever, and it'll be fine. Like, I don't understand. It's illegal for a reason. Where's Mr. Rant Room? Why isn't he chiming in?
He's here.
Can y'all hear me?
We hear you, unfortunately.
Oh. We're looking for
He's
me.
here.
Here I go. Here I go.
So Ellie missed out. Opened up his before we get to this little clip here, he opens up this article. Let's call DeSantis migrant stunt what it is, kidnapping, right? He opens this up really nicely with his father in the 70s, immigrating here from Haiti, playing soccer in Central Park, and then this guy recruits him over to Denver, Colorado, to play college soccer over in Denver. And then he didn't know how to speak the language. Imagine being displaced. Imagine being moved. Then he gets into,
Imagine not
well, this
wearing
is what...
antiperspirant.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried to I don't really wear antiperspirant, by the way. I don't wear any deodorant.
Huh?
Oh.
No, I don't wear deodorant.
Please.
No, deodorant is cancerous. I don't wear that.
Well, I'll take the cancer for $100.
No, absolutely not. Do you want to do all that chemo and all that? I'm good. I don't want to wear that stuff.
They have an all natural kind, you know.
I wear the all natural, but it doesn't suppress the smell.
But then you'll shove all that dead cow flesh.
So you smell like onions?
deodorant.
I smell sometimes, yeah, I do.
Like
but
onions?
I take showers.
Smell like old bus seat.
Going on. AJ.
Oh, you guys bring a different element to this radio show. You guys are great. All right.
Wait,
So
you're not, hold on. You're not gonna speed past that like you did just say that?
We're speeding past it. Why are we not going to speed past it for?
How in the world you say you walk around stinky?
I don't walk around stinky. I take plenty of showers. I wear a all natural thing, but it still smells every now and then. I'm not going to smell like onions. I don't smell like onions.
You sure?
You probably smell like onions.
I smell like a masculine man. I smell like what a masculine man would smell like.
He says he smells
Smell like no masculine man. No,
AJ.
we are not cavemen anymore. It is over. Let the dream go.
I don't want the cancer.
AJ.
Yeah, but you'll shovel all that cow flesh down your throat. Carry on.
Cow flesh does not give you cancer.
Okay, carry on. Yes, these naturally raised cows are just perfect for your bodies. Go ahead.
Abbott and DeSantis are engaged in a kind of human trafficking, but not the kind that is illegal. Continue, Macho.
Yeah, check this out. He's saying he comes to he says, okay, we can't charge him legally. The constitutional scholar here, Ellie missed out, says we can't charge him legally for human trafficking, which in all actuality, he's not human trafficking. He is giving, Greg Abbott came out to the public, even DeSantis says, hey, we're offering them the option to move up north. These are the sanctuary cities. These are the places where they're wanted. We don't want them here because we have a large influx of them here. So we can move them, we'll move them, right? Let them be their problem. I think it's a perfect play. I thought there were sanctuary cities. What happened?
But no one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Gives a damn about. You cut me off in the curse words. So I caught myself. But Ville, Texas, which is one of the towns on the border, right? It's one of the poorest cities in this country, and no one's in that city, and the issues they're having to go through with this influx of these people that they please, yes, send them to the places that y'all said these people are welcome, right? Well, welcome them.
Facts. Welcome them.
Okay, we all know, and if we're going to keep it 100, people say a lot of things they don't mean.
Their virtue signatures.
No
They got caught
one.
red-handed. They got caught
Yes,
red-handed here.
exactly.
Oh my
No
God.
one
Isn't it funny
wants.
how wearing women on Martha's Vineyard was like, oh no, not in my house. Unless you have a leaf blower, you can't be here. I was like, really? What happened? We're in love for the people. Oh,
Why
all of
did
a
you
sudden it's
sound
a
like? Why did you sound
problem.
like Mrs. Doubtfire? Why'd you sound like Mrs. Doubtfire?
That's
when
my
you
best Maggie Smith impression.
How did they do it?
What the hell? By the way, before we move on from this segment, what the hell is this man saying? Something sending people across the state lines. Have a laugh with your good old boys. The next KKK or NRCC rally is not illegal under our relevant human trafficking statutes. Why does this guy always have to bring the KKK up?
Okay, but can you read that last part?
Which one? It's just deeply. No, I can't. No, I'm gonna get fined. I'm gonna get fined. It's there on the screen. Glenn can't find me for this. Okay.
I thought we were reading it and it's, for quoting purposes.
No, absolutely not.
He can find you because you
Absolutely
didn't
not.
censor the word on the graphic.
That part.
Okay, maybe. I'm sorry, Glenn. I really am sorry. I want to get to this last one, and we have a lot of fun stuff to get to here. But
Okay.
you guys are gonna love this one. I got the article here. Where did I put the article? Where the hell is it?
I don't know, but we have totally taken the show off topic, but it's cool.
It's still on topic. We're bouncing back and forth. This is what
Very
they do
fast.
on a radio show.
I feel like I can't get a sentence in, but it's fine.
Well, here's the deal. When
Next
you're on a
time, send me
desktop,
video.
AJ, we can hear you without it glitching.
I'm
Or a
glitching.
laptop.
Oh, I'm glitching.
Yeah, you're
How about
glitching.
you turn your video
Wait.
on so we can
I,
see you?
when I was asked to roll up in here, that I said that I was having some connectivity issues, so I felt the need to show up and prove it.
What about your laptop? Don't you? I know you have a laptop. I've seen you on your live with a laptop.
He has a MacBook.
Oh yeah, say he has a MacBook. There it is. What happened?
Why are we worried about? Leagues.
All right,
I said what I said.
So here we go. I'm gonna get through this article here. This one is by the Wall Street Journal. My high school's anti-racist I don't know how to say this word. It's AGITPROP. I don't know how to say this word. What is that? What is that?
Doesn't matter. Continue.
I don't know. I didn't even have enough time to look it up. I have to
Doesn't
talk to
even
the
matter.
producer.
The article is worth waste of our time. Just go.
No, this is actually pretty good because there's a kid here in this article had an argument with their teacher. It says, look at this. I'll read it. Here it is. In response to teachers who advised the student government bullied and insulted me at our next meeting, which took place at our Zoom for my parents to overhear. That they began by announcing that my social studies teacher would be present. Together, the three adults told me that the principal himself found my stance appalling. I had made them at the school look bad, they told me, and the teachers said that the situation gives her hives because the kid didn't want to apparently co-sign to the notion that America is systemically racist. The kid literally stood up and said, okay, I do not agree with this whole idea. So it goes on. I objected to the comparisons, but she cut me off. Oh, excuse me. Let me go back a sec. When I suggested that the students might not need or want to lecture on systemic racism, my social studies teacher asked whether I'd be opposed to a Holocaust survivor's presentation. I objected to that comparison, but she cut me off. If you're not on board with systemic racism, I have trouble with that, girlfriend. Why she had to say it like that? I had trouble with that, girlfriend. And then continues and proceeds to go on and says, when I didn't back down, she made a bizarre accusation. The fact that you think slavery is debatable. I logged off Zoom and started crying. My parents comforted me, and I decided I wasn't going to sign that check. So the kid was offered $375 to spew some kind of racial equity, kind of like the thing that you showed on TikTok Keisha, with the guy, the lawyer, was paid or was going to be given money to spew some kind of rhetoric?
Yep.
Well, this kid, this Venezuelan kid in their school, was offered money to do something similar, and then Conscious Lee and these big TikTok creators are claiming that America is the one spewing propaganda or whitewash the history. It seems like they're trying to whitewash history with this stuff. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy to me. Oh, blows my mind. What do you guys think?
That was not the greatest barometer for anything intellectual, but we'll take it for now. Since TikTok.
Oh, we're gonna get into some TikTok comparison videos here between the idiots and common sense. I got a clip here.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I'm just gonna say this. The fact that we have these morons teaching in schools is painful.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. Tell me about it.
And if we don't want to be a victim, we're the bad guy. Okay.
That part.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back, folks. All right, here we're back on the Morning Fix live radio show. I'm Macho. You guys hear Keisha. She's here, and AJ's Rant Room on Simply Sundays edition. Yes, I'm not Glenn, but we're here. Diversity hires are here. We're here. So we're back here. I wanted to get into this comparison video, but before we do, I wanted to roll an old school scene from The Nutty Professor, and this is the dinner scene. I think we could have a laugh at. Check this out.
As you go over here, you're gonna be mad at yourself. That's your nephew. Oh, baby's got a little gas.
There you go. You better cover your plate.
Oh, grandma. Need a peppermint.
Mama, have some water.
It's been on me. Don't tell them I'll cover your plate. Don't, not tonight, Cletus. I'll kick your ass.
Sherman, I cooked all this food. Is that all you gonna eat? Hey. What's wrong with you? You supposed to eat that thing, not scalp it. Well, Daddy, all the calories in the chicken are found in the skin and in the fat, so I peel it off. What you talking about? That's where all the fats and calories is. You know where that come from? Watching that damn TV. Every time you turn it on, they got somebody in there talking about lose weight, get healthy, get in shape. Get everybody looking all anorexic, talking about that's healthy. I know what healthy is. And tell you something else. I don't know why everybody trying to lose weight in the first place. Ain't everybody supposed to be the same size. We're supposed to be all different. Big, small, medium, midget. You're supposed to have all of that. I don't know what it is. Everybody want to be the same size. Like that Oprah Winfrey. She gonna lose her weight. Wasn't nothing wrong. She was fine. Oprah was a fox. She lose all that weight. Her head look all big, skin hanging all over.
Is the woman is Eddie Murphy the woman too?
Yes.
It's just incredible, the acting in this scene. Absolutely incredible. Oh my goodness.
And Luther Vandross, nigga used to be the Black Pavarotti. Lost all that weight looking all ashy. Oprah and Luther need to keep their ass one weight because I'm confused. Yes, I hope nothing's with Oprah. She doesn't look weak.
Ain't nothing wrong with Oprah. I seen Oprah on hard copy last week with a picture of her. Got a tall, young, strong gentleman named Stedman, so handsome. He's my favorite out of all of them.
Dumb.
This part right here kills me. This part reminds me of AJ right here.
Kenny Jones, Marilyn Kagan, Maury Povich, Lattimore,
Look at his face. Look at his face.
Montel, Ricky Lake.
I like Gerardo.
Mike Douglas.
I like
Mike
Gerardo.
Douglas. You know, Mike Douglas used to make me moist when I watched the show. I admit it, I would get moist when I watched the show. Only white man ever did that to me was Mike Douglas.
I would like to volunteer to take this old bird out of her misery. Don't you dare say something like that about Mom.
Oh, you ain't got to protect me from kids. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on here. Come on in. Let's show walk. Come on. Then you're going to limp back. You walk over, but you're limping back. Don't let your gray hair fool you. I ain't no easy win, nigga. You know what your problem is? It don't work out. Got exercise. Look at me.
Oh man, this is a great clip of the Nutty Professor, and this is a segue to the Macho's table here. It's not Nana's table, it's Macho's table in the crock pot. I have a good crock pot recipe, maybe not for AJ, because he's not a flesh eater, but for Keisha and all the other audience members here.
Why couldn't we
This
just
is
why couldn't we just keep it as Nana's? Why did you have to put your name on it?
I don't know, because I didn't want to steal. I didn't want to steal Glenn's idea. Is that all right?
You already did. You're making a crock
How?
pot recipe.
But I kept the idea of a crock pot recipe.
So you think by changing the name, it's not theft?
It's not my Nana.
Oh, so if we just called it Ink's Rant Room, it would be fine.
If you ran the show, you call it whatever table you wanted to call it.
Got it. Okay.
We're
go
not
ahead.
going to take Nana's
continue.
table.
Continue.
What? It's like a shrine. You don't defy Nana's table. If you weren't at Nana's table, I wasn't at Nana's table. Were you at Nana's table?
Sure. It didn't matter. We got her recipe.
That's true. That's
That
true.
part,
All
that
right. Sorry, Glenn. I apologize. Well, here's the recipe to let's get out of the way here. This is the recipe here to the Mississippi pot roast. You can do this in a crock pot. You take about 2 pounds of chuck roast, your favorite, AJ, 8 ounces. Okay. 8 ounces of butter.
Wow.
All right.
This sounds like a
My
hard
heart just stopped.
This is a
with that
keto. This is a keto style. You need a high fat, soluble ingredient in this.
Wow.
That ain't high fat. That's just
That's high
dead.
fat.
High
That's
fat
high fat.
would be avocados.
Well, you could get high quality butter, AJ. High quality.
butter.
What is it? Grass fed, grass raised, whatever the hell. Right.
Martha's Vineyard butter.
Get that fresh old school butter. Anyways, 1 packet of dry ranch dressing, 1 packet of au jus gravy mix. Okay. And a jar of whole pepperoncinis. A whole jar, a jar of it, that's how we would do it. Anyways, you put it in a slow cooker. You put all these ingredients together. Little salt, little dash of salt, little dash of pepper. You want to also add that. You don't want to add too much because you got the ranch dressing.
Yes, you put a dash of salt and pepper. Go ahead.
Yeah, because you got the ranch dressing. It has salt in it. Anyways, you leave it in a slow cooker. You leave it in the crock pot for about 8 hours until it's be able to be shredded by the fork there.
Okay, have you eaten this?
I have, and it's absolutely delicious.
Okay.
It's outstanding, and
But
I
you
usually
don't
put
wear
it in a
deodorant.
sandwich, or I'll put it. No, I listen. I'll eat this with some cauliflower, some steamed cauliflower. I'll eat this with some vegetables.
I find this to be amazing that you would eat a whole 8-ounce stick of butter, yet you won't wear deodorant. But okay.
That's not cancerous.
Oh.
Fat-filled food is not cancerous.
Let me help you. Let me help you.
Sugar, like carbs and all that stuff, it's more cancerous.
Okay, let me help you.
She's shushing me now.
Start
AJ, she's shushing me. How dare you shush me?
I could turn my mic up. That would just solve that whole problem. I don't even have to shush you. I could just turn the mic up. Like some people I know, AJ. I heard
No,
you.
there's other people that I know that like to turn their mic up when your mic is up, and they'll go one up on you, and you barely can hear yourself. You're like, why the hell is this man so loud?
Because you weak.
You weak. You saw. You pivot and shiver.
I'd be loud too
Pivot
if I
and shiver.
couldn't leave the state.
Yeah, he came at me.
AJ.
Mm-hmm. No. Now I got that. I got that.
AJ.
I got it. Ooh, that was right in the woods. It took me a while to get it. But now I got it. Ooh, that's dirty. That's dirty. It sounds like AJ has a hand do on that situation. He hit him so hard he passed away. That killed me right there. That right there killed me. He hit him so hard he passed away.
Listen.
He had to.
He had a hand do. All right. Anyways, folks, I have a clip here that we're gonna have a lot to talk about in these last 10 minutes here. of the idiots versus the common sense creators on TikTok. So you guys, everyone on Twitch world, who obviously, by the way, before I roll this, there are a lot of people on Twitch who are on TikTok, by the way, and they are the ones that are like usually the thirst trappers. That the cosplay people and the ASMR people, they usually go to TikTok, advertise, and then try to draw people in. But I don't have that same luck all of a sudden. I mean, I don't know if you guys have that success, but I don't. But again, I don't have a pair of,
I do.
I apparently that's what attracts people on TikTok, especially.
It doesn't work for me either.
Yeah,
Gotta work that light skin and that good hair and put on a Speedo.
It's that light skin, yeah. Put on a Speedo. Yeah.
I know
Anyways,
people
before we
do
get
that.
into more trouble, I already know my phone's gonna ring after this, and I'm probably getting text messages right now from Mandy and Glenn on how we've defiled this Sunday, the Lord's Day here on the Simply
You haven't
Sunday.
done
All
that.
right. Let me roll this clip.
To take a large group of undocumented immigrants and simply move them to Martha's Vineyard to prove some stupid point on how apparently the liberals won't take care of them, which they did. So he didn't prove shit, number one. And I got a lot of shit to say about this, but here's a few of the important ones. Number one, what discretionary income did you use from Florida taxpayers to fund this stupidity? Because I am positive that this is illegal. In my 20 years of public service, I have never seen any public official use money for this type of shit. Number two, you're basically committing a felony, which mismanagement of public funds and the possibility of being charged with human trafficking. And I am positive the Department of Justice is going to investigate this shit. So this might cost this idiot prison, but that's not the worst. The worst part is, why would you use human beings with real lives and problems and personal situations for you to run a publicity stunt to prove some idiot point? So when Republicans come in my page and say,
sales. 80% of sales go through Amazon's buy box. Automatically goes through the buy box. 80%. Now during the pandemic, Amazon seen record high profits. So you know what they did? Went to the moon and used the money to break up unions, right? When I was in high school.
And that there would be jobs and housing awaiting for them when they arrived. This was obviously a sadistic lie. Not only did those responsible for this stunt know that there was no housing and no employment awaiting the migrants, they also very intentionally chose not to call ahead to any single office authority on Martha's Vineyard so that even the most basic human needs arrangements could be made, ensuring that no help awaited the migrants at all was the entire point. It could not be clearer that this is an attempt to ensure that these people are ordered removed, even as they try as hard as they can to comply with the instructions provided to them. There is no other reason to list as someone's mailing address a homeless shelter in Tacoma, Washington, when they ship him to Massachusetts. To the people who find themselves, these wonderful people who find themselves plane wrecked on our island, I have a message for all of them. You are not alone. We have your backs. We are proud to be here.
Just does a bad job at portraying Black history, African history, and slave trade history. This newest movie that came out, The Woman King, which is doing well in the box office and is going to obviously be another Black idolatry movie, is false. The main character is fictional. The movie downplays their huge role in the slave trade. In fact, it was their main source of riches, the Dahomey tribe. They even fabricated a scene where the Woman King was saying that they should stop using slavery as their main source of income and go to palm oil. Totally made up. Not only were they heavily involved in the slave trade, they also killed slaves in memory of their kings, like this one where they killed 800 slaves when King Gezo died. And when the British outlawed the transatlantic slave trade, they continued to work with the Portuguese and the Spanish to enslave other Africans.
has now decided to call out every Republican.
They're mocking people who took out PPP loans, you know, the thing that Congress passed and the president signed versus the student loan thing that Nancy Pelosi said that Joe Biden could not do legally not too long ago. And you know what? I'm glad that the White House is playing this dumb little game too, because it lets you in on a little secret. Come here. Government is trash. You see, they forced businesses to shut down during the pandemic, and they're like, well, you know what, so everything doesn't go belly up, we're going to do these PPP loans, and if you spend like 60% on payroll, then we will forgive it. And now they are throwing it back in your face, knowing full well it's a totally different situation, but they don't care because people like this will just push their narratives.
Really important secret information that...
There's no way. There's no way that she's talking. No way!
Oh man, see, if there's one for every moron, there is one person with common sense on TikTok. But hey, it's like a needle in a haystack.
I think the morons are outweighing us.
Oh, certainly. I mean, did you just hear what that guy Louis, whatever the hell is Louis Dario 787 was talking about?
One of the
by the way,
dumbest people on earth.
But he apparently is a lawyer. Apparently he was a lawyer.
Yes.
And he said he did 20 years of public service. By God, who was he representing?
The people that DeSantis human traffic.
Okay. Said he's doing something illegal.
Yeah.
Who would waste their money to making that guy a partner? Who would waste their money?
Listen, can we just say this? The lawyer, we got your backs. Did she house any of them? Did she open up her home to them? You know, I'm so sick of the theatrics. I cannot stand it. You know what? These people live in these monstrosity homes, but they shipped them off to some military base. So, you know what? This is like the Haitians. Where are they now? Remember, they be asking you, oh, if you want to take in some Haitians and if you want to do this and if you want to do that, you know, please sign up and volunteer. But then you never see the people. Where are those Haitians that we were whipping? Where are these migrants now? They'll just disappear. And in a week, we will not be talking about this anymore. I'm just
hate to be that cynical, but I agree.
That part. So,
yeah, I would say, what about Consciously when he said that?
What? Stop.
Hold on. I'm doing it. Consciously said the pandemic, by the way. He said pandemic. Did you catch that? When the
I tuned him out. I don't listen. He's like a child.
All right. That's one. I have that right there checked off. Then he also said that Amazon made so much money to then go to the moon. Spend all that money to go to the moon. Did he forget how much money he donated to Von Jones? Where's that money that he donated to Von Jones? Supposed to help out the black community, by the way. $100 million, Jeff Bezos signed a check off. I'm sure that's not the only check he's going to give to Von Jones, too.
Oh, BLM, Black Lives Matter.
BLM, baby. And then you see that that immigration lawyer and have that nice acting job over there, like, oh, they're misleading them to telling them. No, listen, you have to have them sign a waiver. That's what the governor of Texas said. Greg Abbott says we give them a waiver, we give them the option to get on the bus, and then we send them. Anyways, there's for Lewis over there talking about what discretionary income. The lieutenant governor said there's $12 million allocated to this because his job is to keep the Floridians safe. When you have a large influx of immigrants coming into your state with no government oversight or care for that matter, that leaves you at a disposition to have to care for them. And you probably don't have the resources to do that.
Why are we talking about the morons? Go ahead, AJ.
Where was that same energy when the mayor of New York bought all those billboards in Florida North?
$5 million.
What about that?
$5 million. $5 million
So
for
where
Don't
was
Say
the
Kids.
energy then? You can't afford it, and then you're going to catch an STD the first week you're there. So why the hell would I want to be in New York?
Because we have a hando on it.
A handoo. Not only do you pivot and shiver, you have a handoo. You have a handoo.
Just saying.
And if I said handoo Emoto got reprimanded like a mug. But go ahead.
At the well, we do have some common sense. I did play the clips here of Black T News. She came out swinging. That was
Yeah.
very good.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
Yes,
great.
the government did tell them, "Oh, close your business down." So close my. Okay, what am I getting in return? Because this is a handshake deal. Well, here's a PPP loan. But then the White House wants to come after them, and when Joe Biden wants to now provide, hey, you don't have to pay your school loans, and then now Marjorie Taylor's like, "Oh, who's paying for that?" The businesses you told to close down. Okay, here we go. Then I had I don't even know how to say her name. And also she has like 2,000 accounts by now. Miss California girl over there.
You know that she's getting ready to do a TV show with Kramer.
And not only that, by the way, she is a chapter leader. She is good friends with Candace Owens, by the way.
Yeah,
Do you know that?
she's about to do a TV show It starts next month, October.
Good job, Kramer. How did he land that? How can I get that glory? Can I get some of that? Can I rub on him and get
Guess
a
what?
Hindu on him?
Guess what?
Oh, that sounds very hard. Rub on them.
Can I get a Hindu?
Listen, never count yourself out. I am working you all the time, AJ Macho, because I talk to Kramer for hours on end. I promise you, your name is always mentioned. Don't
Yeah,
count.
we're the three-headed horsemen here on the Morning Fix. For all you guys don't know, these are the silent, loud partners, obviously, of the Morning Fix. So they can't be silent. They'll never be silenced.
Just so you know, everybody that's here, AJ and I will be gracing you again with our presence tomorrow. The difference is AJ will be crying and I will be celebrating.
Wait, what? Why is that? Oh, is the Seahawks playing the 49ers?
Today.
Yeah.
Oh man, what time is it? It's about in about
25 my time.
So I just want to say that out loud right now, although I may be the one crying and AJ may be the one laughing and
I don't know.
screaming.
Geno Smith
I
might
will
be taking
definitely
some
be
kind of.
you
What
know.
is Geno Smith
Geno
taking?
Smith
What is he
called
taking?
out. Oh my God, you sound like my father talking about that. Give him a piss test. Give him a piss test. He's doing something.
It's that Alaskan salmon that he's getting over there.
I'm just gonna say this, and I'm putting it out there right now. AJ, I will bring you a box of tissues tomorrow morning when I see you here. Make sure your camera's on because I want to be able to gloat to your face.
Oh, my camera will be on. My camera with Wi-Fi.
And can we use a laptop tomorrow? Because we don't want the glitching, AJ. We want the loud and proud and angry and crying AJ.
But y'all know I'm traveling. Like I have a studio in my trunk. But I'll give you what I got.
There is a way to have a travel studio in your trunk. You can do
it. You know who out there gonna fund that? Hook that up. Let me pull
AJ's
a
rant room. So that's what I'm
let me
out
pull
here
a
hustling.
No,
I'm out here hustling.
No, I'm not pulling from that. I'm gonna pull a Genty. I'm gonna go with the money.
Okay, I am trying to fund it. I live on rantroom.com. I mean, I'm confused.
Exactly. You
There's
have a
the new merch
a
launches,
stakeholder.
and
You
I
have a
already have
stakeholder
it.
here. You have a
What are you
stakeholder
talking
here.
about? I should have stock in that by now. Jeez, oh,
Facts.
as much as I've purchased. But that's neither here nor there. You know what, AJ? You just need to talk to Macho. I am finally completely solid. My board is working. I had
Sounds
sound
good.
down.
Sounds
I
real
had
nice.
audio. I had to order some new headphones because
We need a little bit more light on your end though, because it's a little so dark over there.
A little solemn.
Yeah, not over the hat, like on your face though.
I have it in front of me. I do have another light in front of me. It's just that I turn it down because it hurts my eyeballs. And
Okay.
I had very little sleep last night. And as you
living where you're living, you don't get a lot of sun over there. That's
Not
just
really the bags under your eyes. It's that hat.
Oh.
That hat needs to go. That
Guess
hat
what?
needs to go
Guess
right
what?
into the trash,
Guess
actually.
what? I'm going to buy a new one. I'm going right now to buy a new one. Therefore, I can have a fresh one wear for you guys tomorrow. And if you would like, I'll pick you guys up one too and ship it to you.
You could pick me up. You can actually go to the stadium, go to Lumen Field, and hook me up with a red Seahawks hat.
I can do that for you, AJ. I will do. In fact, AJ, should the Seahawks beat the 49ers today, I will go tomorrow and I will purchase you a hat.
That's the bet.
I will send it.
That's the bet. Okay.
That is the bet. That is the bet.
All right. We'll be back after this, folks. All right, folks, that's all we got here on Simply Sunday Morning Fix. It's been a pleasure being with you guys. Get out, go to church. Especially these two need to go to church for sure. And have yourself a great rest of your Sunday.
A merry
Enjoy
little
time with the family.
Christmas
Where's my American flag? Where's my
now.
American flag? Oh, America. Oh, look at this.
Merry
Look
little
at that. Let's get another one here, y'all. All right, guys. See you guys
It's a pleasure. We'll
on
see you guys
Monday
tomorrow.
for the Sports Hour. Take care, guys.
Yes.